Hello, this is Nicole again from Soulflower, coming to you with our podcast called Soul Garden. This is episode 25, and the name of this episode is called Higher Consciousness, episode 25, and this is part 2. This part will include the energy report. So, let's get into our conversation. I'm going to do a quick recap of what we talked about in the first one. Again, this is about higher consciousness, and higher consciousness is the elevated state of awareness of ourselves that produces compassion, empathy, understanding, and acceptance of others and ourselves. This can bring great clarity and unity, as well as the integration of ourselves. And we can even make change in our communities, in our families, in our communities, and globally if we so subscribe. So, we have 7 indicators of higher consciousness. So, this podcast is again about how to detect and be able to discern when someone has higher consciousness, when you're encountering someone with higher consciousness, because you want to treat these people well, because this is the salt of the earth, so to speak. This is the best we get on earth. So anyone exemplifies any of these 7 indicators, any and all, especially all, um, by all means, know that you are in presence of some real value and people that have did, more likely did a lot of work. Okay, so let's quickly go over the first 5. So the first one was what was the first one? Self awareness. The second one was shadow integration. The third one was meekness. The fourth one was being ethical, and the fifth one was kindness. Notice that all of these are states of being. Being self-aware, being yeah, being someone that being well, then a lot of mistakes of being, because shadow integration is not it is a state of being. Shadow integration is a state of being. My bad. Meekness is a state of being. Ethical is a state of being, and kindness is a state of being. That's where we stop. So kindness is we're talking about people that their only motive is to genuinely help you. There's no strings attached. When there's strings attached, there's somebody just being nice to you, because usually nice people have a self interest or an agenda. It's a mask. It's a social mask. Whereas kindness is a character trait and a state of being. Let's see. That's what we talked about. Now, here's the deal. In our experience, we run into people that know how to act kind. There's a difference between acting kind and being kind. If you're acting kind, you're really being nice because you have an agenda. True kind people, the only agenda they have is to add value or to assist, to help. That's it. That's all they got for you. And the reason is only they don't want you to suffer, to alleviate suffering. It's not kindness if it's not alleviating suffering. It's just being nice. All right? Kind people have character, and they usually carry the traits of the other indicators of higher consciousness as well. Now let's get into the sixth one, and that's inner peace. If you encounter someone that is harboring inner peace, they have mastered detachment on some level or all. They know how to make amends. They can be into religious or spiritual practices in a devoted way rather than a show off. It's not a social thing. They do this shit when nobody ain't watching. They practice mindfulness. They usually meditate. Or, they had hard ass lives. That's kind people too. That's why they don't want you to hurt, because the suffering that they've endured. A lot of times people who choose to walk in this level of consciousness is people who have suffered a lot. Had a lot of abuse and trauma in their past. Some type of crisis. Many are connected to nature and bodies of water. They can be into personal development, like therapists. Or, preachers, pastors, monks, priests, even some witches. A lot of witches, actually. They be lying to y'all about some of these people. They be lying to us. And that's the reason why this topic was picked too, because they been lying about a lot. And by they I mean just the collective themselves, the popular belief surrounding these indicators, the people that harbor these indicators. They demonize these people. Witches been healing motherfuckers for centuries. And priests been killing and raping and killing. And we still will look down on a witch. And that witch can be praying for your ass every day to heal. And the priest could be raping your son or your daughter. And trigger warning. It's just depending on the level of consciousness again. So, with all that being said, there people that practice inner peace, they exude it. And they don't miss nothing either. They're very present. They might not say it, but they know it. All right. So, they usually the one that's outside sipping tea while everybody else is in the house frantic. Or if it's a crisis, it's usually the calm. All right. Let's see. That was number 6, and number 7 is fearlessness. They are fearless. A person of higher consciousness. I put the other sheep here. If this is your first podcast that you have listened to, the first episode, we have coined a term at Soulflower called other sheep, and that describes the people that are they are part of the times. They are the ones that are assisting us as the earth ascends and as human consciousness evolves. So they're usually not conventional at all. They're the weird people. They're the people that usually exhibit most, if not all, of these indicators of higher consciousness. They are usually ostracized or persecuted in some way because they don't look the part. They're devoted to truth and adding value to the lives of others, just like the kind people. They are generational curse breakers. They are trailblazers. They're fearless. They live their own truth. and they have their own relationship with life and spirit, regardless as to what society's opinion on that is. So there's that on it. They think outside of the box. These people don't accept things because it's always been done that way or it's always been believed. So these are quote unquote black sheep or scapegoats. The ones that people that seek the most control will try to silence. These people, they usually, a lot of martyrs is in this. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and uh, all them people like that. Nancy, Nelson Mandela, and I'm trying to think of other people. I actually some people I think are fearless right now are Shaman Derek and his wife. She's the Princess of Normandy. They are most definitely fearless. And love, light, and unity to them. All honor. Okay, so let's get into that concludes our 7 indicators because there was 7, and I think that's all. What else, is there anything else I want to say? Always be mindful of when you are categorizing people. People of higher consciousness don't categorize people either. They see people as they are, and they accept them as they are. These are wise souls, and you want them on your team. You want them on your team. So, and these are not the type of people that you wanna fuck over because that shit gonna come back to your ass. And that's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you ain't gotta believe it. You can let that go through one ear and not the other, but that shit gonna boomerang back. Some people you can't fuck with. And people higher consciousness, you need to leave them alone. Alright? Mind your business and whatever pays you. Alright? Leave these people alone. We need these people on the planet. These are the people that show us a better way. They give us hope. They give us encouragement. These are the people that have the t-shirts on. When you're having a bad day, they got the decals on their car that's encouraging people. You know, they're just invaluable. So leave them alone. Let them live, and let them add value to this planet and raise the vibration and help us raise our vibration. Because guess what? It might be a popular belief that man run shit, but man don't run anything. All the authority that is given to man is given. So, yeah, according to law. So, just keep that in mind. Let's go into our energy report because I don't know how long this gonna last. I got a page or two of this shit. All right, so the sun is in Libra. Libras they're good people. I love Libras. They're good looking people. They remind me, for some reason, I kind of think they are similar to Leos in the instance of being beautiful people. They're beautiful inside, outside, or both. They believe in justice. They believe in being fair. I haven't met one that's, have some easygoingness. It depends on what's in their chart. Typically, my experience of Libras are that they're real easygoing. They're funny. They're they're good. You know, they're good people. They're nice to hang around. You're gonna have a good time with them. That's why they remind me of Leos, because you gonna have a good time with a Libra. You gonna have a real good time. Well, in my experience, I've had a great time with Libras. So, um, yeah, I'm on the Libra and Cuss. So I guess we might have a lot in common. I don't know, but they're good people. I got a sister that's a Libra, and she's a beautiful person. I think of her when I think about Libras because she really is a beautiful person. Let's see. Sun's in Libra, so that means for the next 3 weeks, people that are that's gonna be the people that have birthdays are Libras. That's what that means. Next 3 weeks, on up to I think October, I think 21st. Yeah, 21st. I got a friend that's birthday is October 21st. Uh, so yeah, she's on Scorpion Libra. You kind of take on when you're on the cusp. That's what it means. It means that your birthday is close to the next sign that's coming up. Well, usually within this 7 days, I think, and I'm within 7 days of from the Virgo sun transitioning into the Libran sun. So yeah, all right. So sun's in Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Monday, which is next week Monday, because well, no, not next week, because I'm doing this early. It's gonna be tomorrow, which is gonna be October the 6th, Monday. Mercury into Scorpio, and the full moon is gonna be, and then it's gonna be a full moon in Aries, which interestingly is the hardest moon, which is usually always in September. I thought, you know, I only been doing astrology for. I think I've been doing well. I've been dabbling in astrology. I'm not by any means an expert. You know, I'm knowledgeable. I would say novice to intermediate, but you know, because I don't know a lot about the houses and shit, all that, and you know how all the trends. Well, I don't know all the definitions, but I know enough. At any rate, Mercury into Scorpio with the full moon in Aries. Oh yeah, the harvest supermoon. That's what I was talking about. I'm used to it being in September around Labor Day and in October this time, but we are ascending, so there's that. Things are changing. The Earth has shifted its position in in the heavens, so things are different. Our weather is different. All of it's going to be different, and we're in the middle of a major cycle, Earth cycle. So yeah, I gotta get this. I gotta get through this, y'all. So what this means, Mercury in Scorpio and the full moon in Aries, which happens to be a supermoon too. It's a harvest moon and a supermoon. Intense communication and independent passion brings deeper truths to resurface on our personal needs versus our partnerships. So we're gonna be talking about what we need from our partner as far as the goals that we have personally and the work we gotta do. So that's Monday, tomorrow. Then mid October, October 13th, next Monday, a week from tomorrow, Venus enters Libra. And this is the home for Venus, which that means we're going to experience harmony, collaboration, and relationships of equal give and take. So if you looking, I mean, you might find a new boo or a new friend, a new soul tribe member. Pluto goes direct in Aquarius same day, and that's collective energy. It's it's surrounding power and social transformation. So some shit may hit the fan and may not. I don't know. I heard the government shut down already. So, but this is mid October. I don't know what's gonna happen. October 18th. which is mid-October, Jupiter enters Cancer. And what that means for us is that we'll be successful if we focus on our emotional healing, nurturing, which to nurture you need to look at your moon sign, and home life for the next year. Yeah, so Jupiter is going to be in Cancer for the next year. So from October 18, 2025 to October 18, 2026, that's a focus. That's a thing. Then October 21st, we're going to have a new moon in Libra. By then, hopefully, I'll have another podcast out. Because I try to do them every zodiac sign. Which is every 3 weeks. New moon in Libra. That means a fresh start for relationships, contracts, and finding balance. So, new cycle starts in relationships, or reconciliations are possible. And yeah, that's that on that. I'll talk about later October on the next podcast. And November, we're going to go ahead into our mastery card pool. And that is our report. Learn to ask questions. And this is from Don Miguel Ruiz. I am butchering his name. My apologies. The Four Agreements Oracle card deck. And this says, it is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to the question, you won't have to make assumptions because you'll know the truth. So don't make assumptions. Ask questions. All right. Now, thank you for listening, because that concludes this podcast. And we'll be back in a few weeks to talk about another subject. I think it's going to be vulnerability. But I don't know. Don't hold me to that. Can't hold me to everything because ADD is real. But my heart is there. But thank y'all for listening. We appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please join our Facebook group, our Instagram group, and our TikTok group for further developments and all kind of good stuff. Because on Facebook, we talk about the articles we publish, and we talk about all our other creative projects. A lot, sometimes we pop out and do meditations. You never know, but we do have a year anniversary special. Again, I mentioned it in part 1, where if you email us at soulflowerinc@gmail.com, that is soulflowrinc@gmail.com, and present to us an idea for a podcast episode, and it is approved, we will send you no, we're not doing that. We ain't doing that one. We're doing a free mastery reading for you. So, that's big. That's some good shit. Mastery readings are about looking at, it's actually a catalyst for your self-discovery, because you get all of this information about who you are, and then how to use that information. So, and I answer questions that you might have as well. It's a completely intuitive reading, and those clients that I've had thus far loved it, absolutely loved it, blew their minds. So, if you want a free one, all you gotta do is email me. But you gotta come to me, because I don't come to you. That's a scam. Alright? Now, I send y'all love, light, and unity. And until we meet again, may you live free, and may you die well. Y'all take care.